Hello, today we'll start with the concept of double linked list. So, doubly linked list or a two-way linked list uses double set of pointers. In single linked list, we have seen that we have a pointer to the next node and we can traverse in a forward direction only. But in doubly linked list, we have two set of pointers. We have a next node pointer to the next node also, and we have a pointer to the previous node also, right? So with the help of these two pointers, we can traverse a double linked list in two directions, in a forward direction also and in a backward direction also. So it is possible because we have two pointers, right? So as the picture shows, every node, there are three parts now. The first part, central part, is obviously your data, and then there are two pointers. One is pointer to the next node and the other is pointer to the previous node. Okay. Now, as we have seen, three parts are there from the picture. Let us see the C++ representation for the double linked list node. Okay. So we will again create a class node. In class node, there are three attributes. The first is your integer data, and there are two pointers, node star next and node star previous. We have assumed that our double linked list will hold all the elements of type integer, although data can be of any type, right? And there are two pointers, next pointer and previous pointer, right? I will again repeat, these two are the pointers. They are not the normal variables. They will contain the address, right? And that's why they has to be the special, that is pointer. Okay. And to whom they point to the next or previous node. That's why their data type is node star. Okay. So this is how the class for node is created. Now we can create one node with the help of this, and we need a linked list, right? So let us define the node with the parameter, with the constructor. So class node, integer data, node star previous and node star next. And then we will have one default constructor, and in the default constructor, what I have done, I have made both the pointers to null. When you create a single node, obviously both the pointers will pointing to the null. Now this is one node, but we have to create the whole list. So let us create one more class DLL. Okay. In the class DLL, we will require a head. Head always points to the first node. Head is a pointer which always points to the first node. So node star head we have created, and then this is a default constructor of DLL, and there I have said null head is equal to null. Initially there is no node, list is empty, so head will point to null. And then I have written here some functions that we can perform on DLL. We have the insertion function, that is insertion first, insertion last, insertion between. So we can insert into the DLL at the very first position, at the last position, and at any in between position. Similarly, we have the deletion first, deletion last, and deletion between. So you can delete the element from the DLL at the first position, at the last position, and from any in between position. And lastly, display the DLL. So this is my class to create a double linked list. Okay. And check out here, node. Node is another class which we have created to create a single node. Let us start with the insertion operation. So inserting into an empty list, that means you are starting your list, an insertion at the beginning of the list, insertion at the end of the list, and insertion at any in between position, middle of the list. So let us start with our first operation. So insertion first. As you know, this operation is declared in DLL. Return type is void. I am defining it outside the class, so scope resolution is required. Now integer item. Okay, item is the data which I want to put inside it. Node star pointer is equal to new node. I will create a new node and I will enter some atom value, see in item, and what I will do, pointer of data is equal to atom. This new node is nothing but a pointer. I am calling that new node as a pointer, and that pointer of data, uska data will be the item value which I have just taken from the user. Now if head is equal to null, head is equal to pointer. That means if my list is empty, my newly created node pointer will be head. Okay. Else, if your list is already there, then what you have to do, pointer of data is equal to atom. That means whatever new node you have created, that's its data will be your atom. Pointer of previous is equal to null. Pointer of next is equal to head. Head of previous is equal to pointer, and head is equal to pointer. And after that you have to give the message node inserted successfully at first position. Now let us see all these pointer updations animate with the help of animation to make the picture more clear. Okay, this particular instructions I am going to uh, copy in the animation also, so that the picture will be clear to you. Now suppose, say we have one node only. Okay, we have created one node in the list. Okay, so this is my head, and head is pointing to the first node. Okay, this is my list of one node 11. So its previous is also null, its next is also null. Now this is the new node. What is the name of new node? Pointer. Okay, this is my new node, and I want this new node to be inserted at first position. Right now this 11 is at first position. I want this new node pointer to be at the first position. Now address of our previous node is 1000, address of newly created node is 2000. Okay, so what updations I have to do? So check out. Pointer of data is equal to atom, that I have done. Okay, then pointer of next is equal to head. This is my pointer node. Pointer of next is null right now. What I have to do? Pointer of next is equal to head. What is head? 1000. So I will write down 1000 over there. I will erase null and I will write down 1000 over here. Now your pointer next is equal to 1000. So it will start pointing to the node at address 1000 like this. Okay. Then head of previous is equal to pointer. So head ka previous kaun hai? Null hai right now. Head of previous. That means your node with 11 value. Its previous is null. So its previous should be now pointer. Pointer ka address kya hai? 2000. So it will contain now 2000. When I put 2000 over there, it will start pointing out to the previous node. So we have the next pointer also, we have the previous pointer also, right? And after that, your job is that you have to set this node, the node with value 10 as the first node. So head should point to first node. So head should contain what value now? 2000. So head is equal to pointer. So head will contain the address of first 10th sorry, the head will contain the address of node containing 10 value, that is 2000. Okay, and once the head contains 2000, head will start pointing to 2000 and it will not point anymore to the 1000 address. And this is how we have inserted our new node at the first position in the list. Now check out the list. Head is there are two nodes and head is pointing to the first node, that is newly added node. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now move to the next function, that is insertion last. Again, integer atom node star temp. I have created one temporary variable of type node, and then node star pointer is equal to new node. I have created a new node and name of the new node is ptr pointer. Okay, I will enter the value and I will make that value assign that value to pointer of data. Okay, so newly created node will hold your value you have entered. Again, if head is equal to null, head is equal to pointer. That means if there are no nodes, your new node will become the first node. Else, if there are some nodes in the list and you have to enter your new node at the last of the list, what you have to do? Temp is equal to head. You have to take one temporary pointer and assign to head. And then while temp of next is not equal to null, you have to do temp is equal to temp of next. So our temp is initially pointing to what? Head node. And then you have to do temp is equal to temp of next until you reach to the last node. And once you reach to the last node, these are the updations you have to do. Temp of next is equal to pointer, pointer of previous is equal to temp, and pointer of next is equal to null. And then you have to give a message that node inserted successfully at the last position. So let us see this with the help of animation to get a more clear picture of it. So check it out. I have this this list already existing. So the yellow one, so 10, 11, 12. These are the elements in my existing list. My head is pointing to first node at address 2000, right? And I have one temporary pointer. So node star temp I have taken and temp is equal to head. So temp में क्या value आएगा? जो head में है वही 2000. So head is also pointing to the first node and your temp is also pointing to the first node. Temp शुरुआत से लेके लास्ट तक ट्रैवर्स करता है, राइट? टेम्प ट्रैवर्स फ्रॉम फर्स्ट नोड टू लास्ट नोड. सो इनिशियली टेम्प शुड आल्सो पॉइंट टू द फर्स्ट नोड. नाउ व्हाइल टेम्प ऑफ नेक्स्ट इज नॉट इक्वल टू नल, राइट? नाउ टेम्प ऑफ नेक्स्ट क्या है? 1000. टेम्प ऑफ नेक्स्ट इज नॉट इक्वल टू नल. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू? टेम्प इज इक्वल टू टेम्प ऑफ नेक्स्ट. सो आई विल मूव माय टेम्प टू टेम्प ऑफ नेक्स्ट. टेम्प ऑफ नेक्स्ट क्या है? 1000, राइट? नाउ टेम्प ऑफ नेक्स्ट 1000 हो गया. टेम्प इज पॉइंटिंग टू सेकंड नोड. Check out. Temp of next null है क्या? नहीं. Temp of next is 3000 now. So what you have to do? Again do temp is equal to temp of next. So my temp of next will start pointing to 3000 now. That is the last node. Now check. Temp of next is equal to null है क्या? Yes. Temp of next is equal to null. So what you have to do? You have come to the end of the list. Okay. And at this position now you want to add your new element. Say your new element is 13. Which has been created at address 5000. Okay. So what you have to do now? These are the updations, pointer updations. So what you have to do? Temp of next is equal to pointer. So right now temp of next क्या है? Null. What you have to do? Temp of next में क्या डालना है? Address of newly created node 5000. So temp of next is equal to 5000. Once you save 5000, it will start pointing to the next node. Similarly, what you have to do? Pointer of previous is equal to temp. ये pointer था आपका नया node. What is the previous value? Null था initially. It should have 3000. That means the address of previous node. So it will hold 3000. Now these two pointers will be there. Okay? Because यहाँ पे 5000 आया, यहाँ पे 3000 आया. So the two pointers, next pointer and previous pointer will be activated. And what you have to do? Pointer of next is equal to null. ये जो पॉइंटर था उसका नेक्स्ट आपको क्या करना है? नल करना है. सो दिस विल बिकम द लास्ट नोड एंड टेम्प को यू कैन डिलीट. सो दिस इज हाउ यू हैव इंसर्टेड सक्सेसफुली द नोड एट द लास्ट पोजीशन. नाउ सी हाउ टू इंसर्ट अ नोड इन बिटवीन. ओके, सो यू हैव इंटीजर atom and the position, because you have to insert a node at in between, so you should mention the position at which position you want to insert a node. Then I will create a new node. Node star pointer is equal to new node. Similarly, I will require here two temporary pointers, current and previous. So temp1 and temp2. Temp1 will point to head and temp2 will point to null. Then you have to enter the atom and make that atom as a part of your new node. Pointer of data is equal to atom. Now the same thing, if head is equal to null, head is equal to pointer. Else you have to enter the position at which you want to insert the element. And while position minus minus greater than 1, temp2 is equal to temp1 and temp1 is equal to temp1 of next. And once you reach to the proper position, these are the pointer updations. Temp2 of next is equal to pointer and pointer of next is equal to temp1. And after that you have to give the message node inserted successfully at in between position. Check it out with the help of our animation. So we have this list already created, right? These are the 4 elements. This is the new node. Orange is a new node with value 12, which I want to insert at position 3. Node offset is equal to 3. So I want to insert this orange node at position 3. Now head is there. Head is pointing to the first node at location 1000. Then temp1 is there. Temp1 contains the value of head, that is 1000, and temp2 is there. Temp2 contains null. Okay, so head is pointing to the first node and temp1 is also pointing to the first node. Now I have to check the position. So the loop is while position minus minus greater than 1. So position is 3. So 3 minus minus 2. 2 greater than 1. Condition is true. What I have to do? Temp2 is equal to temp1. Temp1 is equal to temp1 of next. So temp2 is equal to temp1. So it will take the value 1000 and temp1 will take its next value, that is 2000. Okay. And again check the condition. Again come to the while loop. 2 minus minus 1 greater than or equal to 1 hai? Yes. So again you have to do the same thing. Temp2 is equal to temp1. So temp2 will take the value 2000 and temp1 will take the next value, that is 3000. Okay. Now again you have to come to the while loop and now you will have 0 greater than 1. The condition is false. Now you have to apply these pointer updations. Now check out. At this position you want to insert your new node. Okay, so temp2 is pointing to the second node, temp1 is pointing to the third node, and you have to add this new node, orange node, at the third position. Okay, so check out. Temp2 of next is equal to pointer. Temp2 of next, temp2 is 2000, its next is 3000. Now this 3000, instead of 3000, it should contain the value of pointer address. What is the address? 5500. So let's update it 5500. Once you update it, it will start pointing to the new node. Okay, the link will be established between this node, second node, and the third node. Your new node is added at third position. Check it out. Now we have to update the pointers. Now pointer of next is equal to temp. This is orange is my pointer node. Its next is null right now. Its next should point to the node at position 3000. So it should contain pointer of next is equal to temp1. Temp1 has the address 3000. So let us update it. It will contain 3000 now, and as it contains 3000, it will establish a link between new node and the previous node. Okay. Now check it out. This is 10 is my first node, 11 is my second node, and 12 is my third node. We have added in the third. We have added the new node at third position successfully, and 13 is my fourth node. But this is a doubly linked list, so we need to update two other pointers also, right? So temp1 of previous, ये वाला temp1 of previous is equal to pointer. Okay, so temp1 of previous 3000, ये 3000 का previous कौन है? 1000 था पहले उसमें address. We have to add the pointer address to it, 5500. So let us update it. Once it starts pointing to 5500, it will establish another pointer. Okay, and lastly pointer of previous is equal to temp. So ये जो null है के orange में previous pointer, it should point to the previous node, that is 2000 address. Just update it with 2000, start pointing to this. So check out, these are the double pointers, next and previous pointers. We have added the node, orange node, successfully at position 3, and here I have shown both the links, but for rest of the linked list I have not shown for the simplicity purpose. But here also, in between first node and second node there are two links, and in between third node and fourth node there are two links. Okay, so just for demonstration purpose I have shown here all the links for the newly added node itself. So that is how we can insert a node in between a double linked list successfully. And after you carry out all the insertion operations, you need to merely display the linked list. So to display also we need a temporary pointer. Temp should point to head for the first node, and then you have to do what? Just run a while loop. While temp is not equal to null, see out temp of data, and temp is equal to temp of null. Next. So until you reach to the null, all the data will be displayed of your double linked list. So this is how insertion operation and display operation can be carried out on the double linked list. Thank you.